Good afternoon. It's Friday, October 18th, 2024. I remember one time attending church while we were on vacation as a child. And as a family, we were talking about the sermon afterwards. Mom and Dad mentioned that they were unsure of what the pastor was asking us to do. He made a very emotional, passionate plea for all of us to do something. And it seemed quite urgent. But none of us could figure out what it was he wanted us to do. The Apostle Paul was not like that. He told the Ephesian church exactly what he wanted from them. In Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 through 4, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, he says, "Therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling, for you've been called by God. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. For there is one body and one Spirit, just as you have been called to one glorious hope for the future." Paul reminds them he's a prisoner. If they want some things done, they've got to be the one to do it because Paul's kind of stuck. And he encourages them and even begs them to lead a life worthy of their calling because they're called by God. You've either experienced or seen in the movies or something where there's an airplane and they're on the airplane and they're flying overseas and they ask if there's a doctor on board. Now, you learn real quickly, they're not asking for a PhD in history to respond to their call. They're wanting someone with medical expertise to come and practice medicine and help somebody who needs it, to live a life worthy of their calling as a medical professional. Well, here he's asking the believers, because they've been called by God, to live a life worthy of their calling by God. And then just in case you don't understand what that means, he clarifies. He says, I want you to be humble and always be humble. There's no room for arrogance. I want you to be gentle. All of the harsh words that you read on the internet and that you see in people and the way they treat others, that's not what he wants. I want you to be humble and gentle and patient with each other. That means the others in the church. Be patient with them, making allowance for their faults. What an amazing description of how to act as a Christian, to be patient with others' faults. Why? Because you love them. When our children are little, they can get by with just about anything. They cry at night, wake us up, and won't let us sleep, and they mess their diapers all over us and spit up on us. And we take one look at them, and they're little bitty babies, and we just hug on them and love them even more. We make allowances because of their tender young age. And as they grow, we make allowances based upon the age they are. And that's what he's asking us to do as adults, to make allowances for each other's faults because we love each other. He tells us to make every effort to stay united. Now, he recognizes some people are going to refuse to be united. Some folks just enjoy stirring the pot and causing dissension. But he says we need to make every effort to stay united. And that way, if something does go bad, we've done everything we can. He says to bind yourselves together with peace. In other words, intentionally work together to be peaceful and to accomplish the goals and missions we have before us in peace. Why? Because we have one glorious hope for the future. One time I was really struggling with another believer, and I thought we were friends, and we're arguing and we're having a hard time. I was a teenager at the time, and I was talking with my mom about it. And I'll never forget what she said. She said, you need to figure out how to work it out now. Because if you don't, God's probably going to put his mansion next to you in heaven, and you're going to have to work it out then forever. So try and work it out now. We've got a glorious hope for the future. And let's make it the best preparation for it we can while here on earth. This week, may you see the hope for the future and love and work together for unity with your brothers and sisters in Christ, that together we may make a difference in this sin-sick world. God bless you.